Hello my beautiful people, and welcome back to Compelling Future channel. My name is LoraG, and today's episode will be about self-awareness and self-trust. I'll show you some techniques that I use to take some of the decisions, some of the very important decisions in my life. If I do have different pulls from different sides, and what do I do? So as you can see, the background today is a little different. That's because I'm on the road. I am on the road. As you know, or I can remind you of that, I am a singer and a dancer. So this week I will be performing live on a very big stage in my hometown in Bulgaria. And currently I am in my mother's vocal studio. So it's an honor actually of me to recording this here, so I can show you some of lots of her kids behind me and awards that they have taken from different competitions around the world. So, but enough about that. Let me tell you what we are here for. So today the episode will be quite short and sweet. So get ready for some very quick tips that I will give you to take difficult decisions. As we all have difficult decisions in our life, some decisions are easy, some decisions are difficult. It all depends on how you view the situations, or what you're actually feeling at the moment, what type of state you are in, and how many people that affect that decision. Some decisions are quite big. Let's say my decision to move to London, for example, by myself 11 years ago was a big decision for me to do. Not only because it's a huge and scary step, obviously, because you're gonna be in a different country, far away from your family, far away from your people, speaking different languages, starting from zero, and all of that. Not only because of this, but also I think the biggest factor for me was that I'm alone. However, that was one of the easiest decisions I took. So it took me some time to decide how to, like, the actual logistics of it, and should I move permanently to London, or because at that time I was traveling, I was doing 6 months in up north in UK and 6 months in Bulgaria. That was during my college years, where obviously it was like a student job. So during the summer I was in UK, during the students' days I was in Bulgaria. So at one point it just became, I need to establish a permanent base, because you realize that you don't really have a full life like anywhere, because both you can, obviously that was for me, you can treat it as two places for holiday, or you can treat it as too much as work for both places and you never have a holiday. So for me, one was a big working place, the other one was a big holiday place. However, it was a point where if you spend your life like this, then all your money goes nowhere, and then you just turn around, you have nothing. You don't have any, I don't know, by nothing I mean like you don't have something physically bought, physically yours, or stable relationship even. Like, my relationships were for 6 months. 6 months here, 6 months there. There were some that they could last the time, but that was it. So anyway, decision making. So there is a trick that I do, and I still do this to this day, when I do have some doubts and I'm not completely sure what path I need to take. Saying that, I just want to slip in that if I keep myself in a good state, in a very beautiful state every day, I always know what to do, how to do it, and it comes to me with such an ease because I'm already in a momentum of joy. So once we are in a momentum of joy, everything just comes to us. Like, you know, when you make the first step, God show you the path. Something similar to this. Like you keep your state and yourself in a float of momentum, of greatness, of grace, of gratefulness, and all of these rituals that you do or whatever you do to keep yourself in a beautiful state no matter what, the decisions just become easier and easier and easier and easier. And then you keep on listening to your gut and your heart, and you can hear it much more clearly and much more faster than other times. Let me tell you the trick. I'm sorry. So this is another technique that I've learned from Tony Robbins, of course. So it is called 2 minutes of grace. So there is, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the chart away, but our brain waves and our heart waves, when they are disaligned, we are stressed. We don't know what we're doing. We are depressed, or all of that. So this is also in terms of explaining this in a scientific way. So we have brain waves, and if you notice, I mean, you all know about it, but you know, in the hospitals, when the little dot just went straight and it says dee, that means we're not breathing anymore, we're not alive. So in that line, when our heart have the beat and have that wave of beats, when it aligns with our brain, this is where we are in total beautiful state, and we're in alignment, which that's another word that you could use. We're in alignment with ourselves mostly, but when we are aligned when we are in an alignment with ourselves, then we are aligned with the channels to above, to God, to universe, to energies, whatever you want to call it. So this is where we're able to hear ourselves, our heart and our true desires, when we quiet up the noise around. In this case, the noise from your brain. So what do I do? 2 minutes of grace. You close your eyes and you touch your heart with both your hands. Breathe deeply. And for 2 minutes, you breathe deeply into your heart. And while you do that, you imagine and you starting to see a little moments that you're grateful for. Anything from your childhood, from last week, from yesterday, from today. It doesn't have to be big or small. It could be anything. It could be literally anything. Like, I was so grateful, for example, for the heat that we received in London last week. I was very grateful about that. Finally, we had some summer. I had some nice sunny days. I was very grateful for that. Grateful for the people around me. Grateful for the breath that I'm able to take right now. I am very grateful that I'm able to speak to you right now. I'm very grateful that I've taken the decision to make that step, because I know that right now, even if it's only one person, I'm helping somebody, and that somebody that needs me. And this is something that I'm very grateful for. So 2 minutes of that. And in the end of the 2 minutes, you can put yourself a timer or just stop whenever you think 2 minutes are fast. But believe me, every time I do this, I don't really want to stop, because it makes me feel so good. And as Tony Robbins says, you cannot be grateful and fearful simultaneously. You cannot be grateful and angry simultaneously. I cannot say that word. You cannot be grateful and scared altogether. Like, all the other things that disappear. So once you truly feel yourself, your life, your heart, then you ask the question that you want the answer to. So at that time, I asked, should I move to London permanently? And I immediately, the greatness about this is that, guys, that we always have the answers inside of us. This is literally every time. We just need to hear ourselves. And by being grateful, feeling that grace within our heart, aligning it with our brain and with the above, I'm sorry for the mic, it is what aligning us, and we are able then to hear what we really need to do and what we really want to do. So your heart will tell you straight away the answer that you need to know. And it doesn't matter what question it is, big or small, as long as we were able to quiet our mind, connect with our heart, not just with the heartbeat, with our desires, with appreciating what we already have, what we have gone through to be who we are right now, and just be grateful for everything in our lives, by now and to come. And then we're able to hear everything else. Our heart, our body, our soul always knows what's best for us and always have the answers for anything that we need to know. And once we calm ourselves down and we're able to hear it, what happens with practicing this more often and more often is you are learning and you're teaching your body, your mind, your heart to be a bit more aware. And each time you do this, it's going to be easier and shorter in terms of timing. It's going to be quicker. And now I don't even need to do this technique anymore. I'm only listening to my heart straight away. I'm asking the question and I'm hearing it. And this is amazing. Like, this is something that I treasure, because I remember how much I've struggled before on taking decisions and not trusting myself and not trusting. Every time I'd be like asking other people, what do you think I should do? Or do you think that's best? Or should I buy this? Should I wear this? Should I, like, all of these little things. And all those questions now, I have no issues. Like, I have so much trust in my own gut, in myself, in my heart, and I know everything is correct. So it's correct for me, which this is the most important part. Like, nobody else can tell you what's best for you, than your heart, than your soul. We just need to ask it, ask the right question, and ask the right time. Just prepare ourselves the way I showed you. I think this is a very good technique. It always worked for me, so I hope it's gonna work for you. Please, I would love to hear from some of you when you do that technique. What did you felt? How long did it took you? Just give me some feedback, please. I will be so much appreciative to hear from you, and it's very interesting as well. So thank you so much for being here. I hope this is going to be of great value to you, because it has been of great value to me in my life. And yeah, I'm going to get ready for my concert, which I'm very excited about, because it's my hometown. I know it's for the second time I'm doing it, but it's still quite new, and I am very excited. Also, I don't think I'm nervous, which is great. But yeah, it's next week, so I need to be prepared. So I'm going to sing right now. And thank you so much for being here. I will keep you updated next week. I will post another video, maybe with a little snippet of my performance. So thank you so much for being here again. Please comment, like, and share this video so you can help my channel grow. I really much appreciate you. Love you. Bye. And live with passion.